Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Pluto Canon. How are you guys doing today? I know you guys are doing lovely. I know I didn't say this in the last episode. Actually, I kind of want to say this. This is an open discussion, so you could take anything from this episode. You could take anything from any episode, and you could make a video about it. You could comment about it. It doesn't matter. Just tag me, and most likely I'll see it. I'm not gonna say nothing negative because I like engagement. I like people if it's bad criticism, good criticism, So I'm letting you guys know that I am always up for criticism from anyone, anyhow, bad or good, doesn't matter because, at the end of the day, it's engagement, it's getting my video out there, it's getting more exposure. So then I know I'm going to have more questions and I'll be able to talk to more people. But besides that, today we are talking about anime. Now, what in this anime topic we are talking about? We are specifically talking about the big three, the big amigo three, the one that really started it off, that kicked it off over here: Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. So I'm gonna go by them one by one. Very briefly, not gonna really give no details like that, but I'm going to make it very brief so you guys can understand why they are called the big three and what does each one have that I prefer in an anime. So let's start with Naruto because that's like the first one that I saw and I really fell in love with it. Okay, so it's really about ninjas and that's the summary of it. I'm just gonna sum it up like that. Like there's more details in it, obviously. I highly recommend it. Not to start off an anime journey, but like when you really get into it and you want to learn about the OGs, Naruto is definitely one of them that I would really say, hey, you gotta watch this. You really gotta watch it because it's really so good. To really explain Naruto in a way where I could talk about it in a passionate manner, I absolutely love Kishimoto. I do when it comes to him developing his male cast. Now his female cast is a little iffy. I don't really like it. A lot of people really don't like how he writes female characters, but I don't really see nothing wrong with it. I just feel like it's very underdeveloped, so there's no connections when it comes to those characters, and I feel like when you read it or watch it, you just be like, I'm not really feeling like one of the girls' name is Sakura. There's another one named Hinata, Ino, Tamari. You don't really feel nothing for them like that. Tenten and Tsunade, Shishine, I think that's her name. I think I said her so wrong. I think I butchered it. But besides that, like the story is so emotional. You're just going through an emotional roller coaster. The main character is very likable. I don't see why anyone would really hate him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very optimistic. You know what I'm saying? Very optimistic MC. I say one of the best optimistic MC I've seen when I was a kid. And just the choreography of the fight is like top tier. I don't think there's no other anime really out there that could match how they fight. Like the fight patterns be so intense, you don't even know who's gonna win yourself. That's what I like about Naruto. You don't even know what's really gonna happen until like something major happens within the fight and then you notice. But besides that, you wouldn't notice what's really happening in the fight. And I feel like that's where Naruto really gets me at. You know what I'm saying? The journey in Naruto is kind of iffy. Some arcs hit, some arcs really don't be hitting. Like me, this is my personal opinion and I'm going to explain it briefly. I was not a fan of the Fourth Great Ninja War. The reason why I wasn't a fan of the Fourth Great Ninja War, it was very dragged out, not to where it was boring. It was dragged out to where it was so much information that they said, didn't really explain, kind of went to another direction, and then I just didn't know how to take it. Like, I really didn't know how to take that and be like, yeah, that makes sense. I was most likely left in a shock, and I was just like, where do we go from here? I was basically like that with the war arc, but it is amazing. It has amazing moments, has amazing fights. I absolutely love it. The animation is top tier. The last fight of the war arc was pretty damn amazing. But overall, I give Naruto a strong 8, maybe 7. Some days it might be a 7 out of 10. Some days it might be an 8 out of 10. But for me, currently, right now, as I'm talking to you guys, I would give it an 8 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty cool too. Now, we're moving on to Bleach. Oh, where do I start with Bleach, man? That's like that one anime that people watch and they just drop it. Just drop it instantly. I don't know why. Well, actually I do. But it's kind of crazy because Bleach is like one of those, it's like the little bro of the big three. Like Bleach is literally the little bro. In the beginning, no one was really messing with Bleach. You know, the story was very slow. The pacing wasn't all that. And you was kind of like, this is too long, or you know, my attention span ain't gonna last that long. And I absolutely understood it because I was one of those people. But I said, you know what, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna sit down and I'm physically gonna watch Bleach. I didn't even want to read it yet. That's how I wasn't in tune, because I wasn't reading it yet. I was really trying to watch it, really trying to get into it. Me personally, I know the Soul Society is overrated when it comes to rankings, and it is. But I love the Soul Society arc. I really do. It was really amazing. Well done. Was it kind of long? Yes. I recommend skipping some parts. I know people would say don't skip no parts in Soul Society. Watch it all the way fully. There's maybe like, I'd say about 3 to 4 episodes you could skip, and you didn't miss anything. You know, so I just put it like that. I put it like that. You know what I'm saying? But Bleach story is so goddamn good when it's later in the series. Anything after the Espadas is so damn good. I cannot stress that enough. It's so damn good. The fights are good, man. The fights are good. The moments is good. The MC, out of all the big 3 MCs, is the most realistic MC out of all of them. Like, he's very grounded. His goal isn't nothing crazy. It's just to protect his friends. Not like on some fairy tale. No, this is the fairy tale, by the way. It's like he wants to protect his friends, his family. And it makes sense, you know, especially if you know his situation. It's about Reapers. Soul Reaper. Oh, man, I was thinking of any Astro. Nah. Just really Reapers. And I don't want to get any further than that because it'll be a spoiler. It'll be a spoiler if I was to get into that. But I recommend that. I really, really do. I recommend Bleach, especially right now since Bleach is coming back with the 1,000 Years of War arc, which is phenomenal. I don't know if people really understand this. When it ended abruptly in the manga, I was so sad. I was very, very sad. I didn't even know how to feel. I really didn't. I was like, oh my god, they got rid of my favorite arc. They ended it so fast, so abruptly. You know, we didn't even see Aizen's Bankai. I'm like, yo, why? You know, I didn't even see half these people's Bankais. I didn't even see how they work. Like, yeah, I know they overpowered, but it didn't work in the anime. That's why I like Kubo. He's actually allowing the animators to show what we didn't see in the manga. That is amazing. I don't think a lot of creators would be able to do that. He did that, and I absolutely love it. I appreciate that. I really do. Because if he didn't do that, I don't think I would really be in tune with Bleach right now. Like, I would watch it, but, you know, after I read that arc, I wouldn't be really in tune. But that is amazing. It's really amazing. We're seeing Shinji's Bankai in July. That's gonna get me so hype. Ah, man, it's so amazing, so amazing. Now, after talking about Bleach, we got One Piece. I love One Piece. I love it. One Piece is so good, but if you do not want to join the journey, I feel so bad for you. But I am not upset that you don't want to join the journey because of the amount of episodes. The one thing I really want to say, like, to to One Piece fans specifically, if someone doesn't want to watch the anime, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think I'm gonna sit there and say your anime is mid, your anime is trash compared to One Piece. No, just look. They'll get into One Piece maybe afterwards, cause you gotta think about it. I'll make a comparison. If you wasn't there from Ash all the way in the beginning of Pokemon, all the way to the end of Pokemon when he left, then you're not a Pokemon fan. That's kind of like saying that it's like forcing them to watch all the way from the beginning of Pokemon to all the way to the end of Ash's journey. Like, that's too many episodes, way too many episodes. I don't think no one can really do that. It's similar to One Piece right now, but I know people praise One Piece. They really do. And yeah, I praise One Piece too, because I really do admire One Piece. Like, I cannot stress this enough. I actually adore what they do in One Piece. I'm like, bro, this fight is hard, or bro, I like this animation. But One Piece is really something that you gotta just sit down and watch, because it's so good. Their journey is so good. The only thing I can say about One Piece that is absolutely terrible, like it's complete ass, is the pacing. The pacing on One Piece will make someone actually fall asleep. Like, all those beginning arcs, you might fall asleep to. You might be like, oh my god, this is boring. And I can't blame you, because I was one of those people. I can't stress how many times I have stopped watching One Piece, and then I went back to One Piece. I stopped watching it, I went back to it. I stopped watching it, I went back to it. The reason why I did that is because it didn't catch my attention. I came back, it caught my attention. I lost my interest, came back, I gained the interest again. It was like a back and forth with me. I'm all caught up now in the manga and the anime. And I can say, yes, 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 yes. That's all I can say is yes, yes, yes. That entire thing is amazing. All I'm going to say about One Piece, though, is main character is so lovable. Love him to death. Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy. I had to say that. So good. Love him. Straw Hats. Love them. Oh, I love it. Traveling. Love it. Heck, I even love the Emperors. I hate the Marines, though. But I love just everybody. I just love it. I just absolutely love it. But now, since I got my interest out the way with it, I'm going to say this right now. Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. What do they all had in common back in the day? Each one of them was the top 3 shonens that literally had the world in a chokehold. Literally. Those was the main 3 animes you heard about. And all 3 of those animes had the biggest sell all at the same time during the 2000s. And because they all had the 3 top biggest sells, we refer to it as the big 3, because those are the big, like the 3 biggest mangas at the time when it was amazing. You know, like when they first started from a very small setting, and then it just grew it, and it grew it, and it grew it, and the audience grew it, and they watching the anime, they reading the manga. It was like no other anime, no other manga was matching with One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. Like, I could say this right now, and I know people's not gonna believe me because they don't like really remember. There was a time when Naruto had the crown, then One Piece had the crown, then Bleach took the crown. They all had the crown, and it was like a rotation. Naruto may have this week, One Piece may have this week, Bleach may have the next week. It was like a back to back to back. But it was so beautiful to see, because no other anime was doing it like them. And I want to say this right now for the people that get it very, very, very confused. Dragon Ball is the grandfather of the big 3. If it wasn't for Dragon Ball and Astro Boy and all those other animes, we wouldn't even have the big 3 right now. I don't even think it would be popularized over here as it is right now. But what I can say is those 3 animes was something that you had to cherish at the time that you watch it. You could cherish it now, but watching it, all the episodes dropping, all the chapters dropping back to back, none of them was on hiatus. That was amazing. That is a time to be alive right there. And that's why they're known as the Big Three. Now, I want to get this concept out the way. There is no new Big Three. There was only one Big Three, which are the animes that I'm talking about. The new Big Three, those are things that these, I don't want to classify them as newer fans, but the ones that's just now joining anime and then they learn the basic essentials about anime, they want to say that My Hero, Demon Slayer, and Black Clover is the new Big Three. They're not the new Big Three because their sales is not comparable to what Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach was doing during the 2000s. There's so many people watching anime now. Yeah, those sales are going to go big, but they wasn't consistently at the same time as those three before them. And I want to say that it doesn't mean that you guys can't have it. You guys could definitely think of it and make it. Like, they have something called the three big senins, which is, I think, Attack on Titans, Berserk, and I don't know what the third one is. I'm not sure what the third one is. It's something. But, they put the three dark animes together. They even got the Dark Trio, which is Jujutsu, Chainsaw Man, and Hell's Paradise. You guys can make that up, but don't try and make it a factual thing because it's not a factual thing. The Big Three originally was a factual thing. We have the facts to prove that. We could actually show you that's what it was. These new Big Threes, like the ones that y'all want to claim as the Big Three, you guys could do that, but don't try and make it a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay if you want to make a list, but don't try and compare it to what was there in the past. Like, that, you had to cherish. You had to hold that. It was really something phenomenal. Like, I can't stress it enough. The music back then was amazing. Moments was amazing. Fights was amazing. We was waiting, staying up, skipping school to come back to the house, go to our friend's house just to watch that anime premiere. I don't even think, I know some kids in my age, like in my 20s, they could really admit, like, when we was in school, we would be on the phone with the headphones, with a hat on, or some type of thing to cover our ears so we could listen to that anime. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was waiting for that. We were watching on the bus. We were watching at recess. Like, it had the world in a peaceful chokehold. I cannot stress that enough. It was a different time. I don't think no one really does that now with these new animes. Maybe some selects, but not like a bunch of them. Those three had it every single day. Lunch tables, they'll be talking about it. The only difference is, because you guys are so comfortable with anime nowadays in the modern times, back in the 2000s, you had to find them. You know what I'm saying? You had to seek out who else likes anime in your school, or who else like anime on my block. You know what I'm saying? It was hard to find them because you had a lot of gangsters. You had a lot of people that just didn't like anime. You had all types of people that just didn't like it. And I was like, yo, this is wow. This is amazing, because the reason why I got into it is because of my dad. My dad introduced me to Naruto on my TV. Like, he didn't watch Naruto. He literally just told me, hey, it's the show about ninjas on TV. He turned it on. I'm like, yo, what is this? Boom. I'm now in love. I'm a fan of Naruto. You know what I'm saying? Then eventually I found Bleach and One Piece on my own. No one had to show me that. I found out on my own. Naruto, he specifically showed me that, and that just turned the entire tide. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy. Like, it's really crazy to really think about, just like watching all those animes together. It really makes you just appreciate the time that you just watched it, and appreciate that anime came a long way, and that more people are open to anime nowadays more than ever. Because if I didn't watch it. I don't think I would ever be into anime the way I am. I think I'll be one of these newer fans that's always like trying to power scale something, trying to like stir up something, saying mid to every anime. I'm glad I don't do that. I'm glad I'm not really a part of that. Like, yeah, I'll partake in it because it's funny. I'm just glad I didn't like really grow up in that. But then again, I wish I did so I could be more comfortable in school where I could talk about like anime and different topics and like all that good stuff. You know, like actually talk to my people to where it's not like I have to shelter myself, I have to hide from the entire world, the popularity of the school because me and the school is not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish I wasn't like that, but then it made me into who I am today when it comes to anime. So, you know, thank thank God for that one. And that's about it for this episode. I just really want to say thank you for everyone who is listening to it currently right now on their breaks, on their days, on their lazy days, doing whatever. And with that being said, this has been Pluto Cannon. And I will see you guys next time. And just to give you guys a heads up so you guys can be very, very aware, the next episode is going to be about modern day society. What is the issue? And trust me, I have a mouthful to say about that one. And until then, I will see you guys later. And this has been Pluto Cannon. Woo-hoo. I don't know why I did that. I just thought it was cool.